Welcome into our On the Clock special Flyers edition. We are here in Atlantic City at the Hard Rock Casino. Ashlyn, Sullivan, Al Morganti, the Flyers pick is in. We already have fans asking for Porter Martone jerseys, and rightfully so. The Flyers just picked him in the first round with the 6th overall pick. And Al, the beauty of this, they had so many options. They could have gone so many directions, and they choose a winger. Fans are already walking by asking, can he score? Can he get some goals? That's certainly the hope here.
Well, it certainly is. And you know what's really interesting, Ashlyn, is I don't know if this happens without Zegras. You know, we talked about centers. Now you get a big guy. We know that they need size. This team needs size. So you come in, you get a guy with size. I do think that played into it that, you know, we're going to see Zegras try to play center.
Right.
We'll see what happens. So all of a sudden, an organization that needed two things, centerman and size. Within a week, they've sort of answered a couple of questions here. So this is it's a surprise to some, but we were talking earlier, and I said, you know what, I think now with what they've done, what they've already done, why not go get that size? And they got that size. So if you like that Flyer hockey, big boy hockey, this will be some big boy hockey.
Right, and especially when you looked at the Flyers the past couple of seasons, especially with the defensive structure that's already been put in place, you feel like with this winger that they need this now. They need that offensive firepower. How many games do we watch where they just needed that one more goal? The hope is this prospect brings that.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, we'll see how many years it takes to develop. But, I mean, we've already got that frame in place, literally. the frame's in place to come in. You've got some skill now that you've already picked up. It's really interesting in this first round, those skilled centermen that you talked about, O'Brien. You know, you've got guys that everybody thought was going to go way earlier. It kind of dropped a little bit, and you see a team that went for size. I do think if Denoyer had been there, certainly Higgins was there, and they decided to go for that big guy. So it looks like, when you look at Danny Briere, with Keith Jones, what they've done here, they're playing ahead a couple of years, a couple of seasons. Okay, we've got this in place. It's a beauty with Zegras. We'll see if it works out.
Right.
So we're going to have, at some point, we'll need that big winger. So here he is.
Yeah, and absolutely. When you look at Martone here and this Flyers team as of right now and everything that they made just this week, we knew Danny Briere was going to be really aggressive. That is for sure. And you see that with the Zegras trade. You see that with everything that's gone on the past offseason where they're saying, pump the brakes. We're not quite there yet. I think the moves this week show that they are there.
Well, you know, there's a lot of draft left. So maybe they can, at this point, get a defenseman, pick up a goaltender. There's still centermen on the board, so they're not done by a long shot here. It's going to be a long night and a long tomorrow for the Flyers.
Yeah, and they have a ton of draft picks. They have a ton of ammo, especially when you look at this goaltending situation. We had so many fans coming up. Are they going to take a goaltender 6 overall? We never thought that was an option. But when you look at this team right now, that by far is still the biggest question.
Still the biggest question when you look at it, the goaltender situation. We'll see how it shakes out. I do think they're going to go and get a veteran goaltender if there isn't some miracle that somebody shows up. I do think they'll also take a goaltender in this draft, 2nd round, 3rd round, whatever, because he skipped a year with it. So I think they'll obviously add to that depth too.
Right, and you look at the Flyers with 2 remaining picks as of right now tonight. Where do you think they go?
I think they'll probably go with another forward. There's so many names. Carter Bear. I mean, there's names that you have out there. There's a lot that they like in this. So the beauty of it is also what you don't like in it. Like people are used to the NFL, are going to come and play the next year. The beauty of this is you can kind of say, okay, let's see how they develop over a year or two here. So I think you'll get another forward in this round, maybe a defenseman, and then go for a goaltender in one of the next 2 rounds.
Very interesting. The Flyers with a lot of draft picks, a lot of ammo tonight, and we have a ton of coverage here in Atlantic City at the Hard Rock Casino. That is for sure. Trevor Zegras is here. We have all the Flyers coaching staff.
A lot of people.
A lot. We are very impressed with the amount of Flyers fans that are here in this boardroom, that's for sure. And especially you can just tell that they're excited about this, and rightfully so. This team is getting closer.
They are excited about it. You know what's really impressive, Ashlyn, is how they know the personnel, how they know the prospects coming up. I'm going to give Jordan Hall a shout out here. He's done a great job kind of familiarizing everybody through his writing, through his reports, scouting reports on it. So certainly they know, and some people will be disappointed. They wanted that centerman.
Yeah.
The question will be, this is where you have to be nervy enough to say, you know what, if Higgins the risk is we're going to miss on a great player if he turns into that great skilled player. But you have to trust who you trust. You have to trust, yourself if you're the general manager, but your scouting people. That's who you have to put all your trust in.
Right, and so many Flyers fans are coming up. Who do we think they're going to take? What do we think? The moral of the story is, and while this could be looked at as negative, I think it's a positive for tonight. the Flyers do need so many things this offseason that really, you look at any direction, nothing could have gone wrong here.
No, there were a lot of options. Although I will say, throughout the day, I was saying, take a look at Martone. Some people looked at me cross-eyed, like, "What do you mean? They need a center?" And well, you might, when you've got somebody right there in front of you, it's very difficult when you have an entire scouting team telling you something, and then you go look with your own eyes and say, yeah, even though we might be a little bereft right there, this kid we can't just pass on.
Flyers already making 1 pick tonight, 2 picks remaining here in Atlantic City. We'll see what the night brings. Thanks so much for tuning into this On the Clock special Flyers edition here live in Atlantic City. Al Morganti, Ashlyn Sullivan. Stay with us on NBCSportsPhiladelphia.com. All the coverage throughout the weekend. Thanks for watching.